Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for the Daily Rundown. I'm Ray Bogan. Russia says it's on a collision course with the U.S. and NATO. TikTok's CEO is set to appear before Congress, and Smokey Robinson has a new album coming out. This is Straight Arrow News, unbiased, straight facts. Russia's deputy foreign minister says his country is on the verge of a direct collision with the U.S. and NATO. He also called the Biden administration's decision to send 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine an extremely destructive step. As a result, Russia is now warning that it's possible there will be no nuclear arms control treaty with the U.S. because Washington wants to inflict strategic defeat on Moscow. Last week, the U.S. announced it will send Abrams tanks to Ukraine, but they could take months to get there. Germany and other European countries are sending Leopard tanks.
Tanks also provide an ability to move efficiently around a battlefield, but of course they have much more firepower. And so it's perfectly understandable why President Zelensky, facing what he's facing in the Donbass and expecting to face those same threats going forward in coming weeks, would want some tanks, additional tanks. It's not like he doesn't have any, but additional tanks to support his offensive and defensive operations in that particular part of the country.
As many as 100,000 chickens are dead after a fire broke out at Hillendale Egg Farm in Connecticut. It took 21 fire crews 8 hours to battle the blaze. Officials said a 400-foot by 50-foot coop was lost, but 13 other coops were saved. This will not help the already struggling chicken population. The cost of a dozen eggs more than doubled last year, in part because the bird flu led to the death of 44 million hens. That population decrease came as feed, fuel, and labor costs increased, creating a perfect storm. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average price for a dozen eggs was $4.25 in December. A year prior, it was $1.79. TikTok's CEO will testify before the House Energy and Commerce Committee March 23rd. It will be Shou Chu's first appearance before Congress. Committee Chairwoman Cathy McMorris-Rodgers said Chu will testify on his company's consumer privacy and data security practices, the platform's impact on kids, and their relationship with the Chinese Communist Party. Chairwoman Rodgers said in a statement, quote, "Big tech has increasingly become a destructive force in American society. Americans deserve to know how these actions impact their privacy and data security, as well as what actions TikTok is taking to keep our kids safe from online and offline harms." TikTok has been under increased scrutiny in Washington, and next month, the House Foreign Affairs Committee will vote on a bill that, if signed into law, would block the app entirely in the United States. At least 34 people are dead and 150 are wounded after a suicide bombing in Pakistan. The attack took place at a mosque inside a police compound, and officials say most of the victims are members of law enforcement. The Pakistani Taliban claimed responsibility. Somehow, the attackers snuck inside the walled compound, which itself is located inside a high-security zone with government buildings. 300 worshippers were in attendance when an attacker set off an explosive vest. Many were injured when the roof collapsed. The country has experienced an increase in militant attacks since November, when the Pakistani Taliban ended a ceasefire with government forces. Avatar 2, The Way of Water, has officially surpassed Star Wars The Force Awakens at the box office, giving director James Cameron 3 of the 4 highest-grossing films of all time. The Avatar sequel has now made an estimated $2.1 billion worldwide. So here's a look at the top 4 films: Avatar: Avengers Endgame, Titanic, and Avatar. Those 3 James Cameron films have made more than $7.2 billion. And Smokey Robinson, the king of Motown, is scheduled to release his first solo album in nearly a decade. It's titled Gasms, and it's coming out April 28th. It will have 9 tracks and was written and produced by Robinson himself. One of the album's singles, If We Don't Have Each Other, is already available. The 82-year-old is also going on tour. It starts March 3rd in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and includes stops in the D.C. area, Las Vegas, and California. Thanks for watching the Daily Rundown with Straight Arrow News. We're on a mission to bring back trustworthy journalism by only serving you, not an agenda. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, I'm Ray Bogan. Have a safe day and a great day.